Good morning and welcome to Kid News. I'm Tori. Today is Tuesday, April 6, 2021. And we begin with Baylor absolutely bulldozing Gonzaga to win its first ever men's national basketball championship. The Zags had a perfect season going in and were 40 minutes from becoming the first men's college team to go undefeated since 1976, but it was not to be. Baylor's Bears weren't intimidated by the Bulldogs, took a 9-0 lead to start the game, and never looked back. The final score was Baylor 86, Gonzaga 70. From tip-off to the final buzzer, it wasn't close. And there weren't many fans in the stands, but not even COVID and quarantines could keep the two best college teams from meeting in the final. Gonzaga probably won't agree, but as CBS put it, it was the perfect ending to an imperfect season. NASA is celebrating another major Martian victory. Yesterday, the Jet Propulsion team got word that the Ingenuity chopper had survived its first solo night on the surface of the bone-chilling red planet. The tiny but mighty space copter had stretched its legs for the first time last week, and after dangling beneath the rover's belly for a few days, dropped the final 4 inches and detached completely. Almost like a proud parent, Perseverance was right there, snapping pictures and beaming them back to Earth. Next up is a test of Ingenuity's solar panels, which are currently soaking up enough sunlight to power its historic upcoming flight in the thin Martian atmosphere. It may not be the Hogwarts Express, but if President Biden has his way, more Americans will get from here to there by train. As a senator, Mr. Biden spent 36 years commuting on Amtrak from his Delaware home to Washington, D.C. Now, Amtrak Joe, as he's known, wants to spend $80 million to spark the second great railroad revolution. If Congress approves the bill, Amtrak hopes to add 30 new routes, including to cities like Las Vegas, Nashville, Columbus, and Phoenix. Those who support the plan say the money is needed to improve thousands of miles of tracks where trains can't go over 50 miles an hour. Critics point to America's love of cars and doubt that any amount of money will help the rail system right its course. A wild new thrill awaits parkgoers returning to Disneyland in California, and it's neither a ride nor an attraction. It's more of an adventure in eating. The Pickle corn dog is a limited-time Frankenfood consisting of a hot dog nestled inside a huge hollowed-out pickle covered in cornbread batter and, of course, deep-fried. But what's really sending the internet over the edge is the dipping sauce. Not ketchup and not mustard, but 2 packets of peanut butter. The crazy combo isn't cheap and for now is available only at Downtown Disney until the rest of the park opens. And while some Disney fans were hoping it was all just an April Fool's stunt, others brave enough to try it say it's somewhere between all right and delicious. In other Kid News notes, just when you thought the GOAT couldn't get any greater, 43-year-old Tom Brady has shattered yet another record. An autographed rookie card from his 2000 season just sold at auction for $2.25 million. As for who previously held the record for the most expensive football rookie card sold, that would also be Mr. Brady, just last month for $1.32 million. And if you happen to be holding on to an Akil Baddoo rookie card, you might want to tuck it away somewhere safe. On Sunday, the 22-year-old Detroit Tigers outfielder stepped up to the plate for his very first big league at bat and hit the first pitch right out of the park. He's the 31st major leaguer to go deep on the first pitch he ever saw, and needless to say, already has a legion of new fans. That's it for Kid News. A big thanks to the generous donors who help keep this podcast of news just for kids possible 5 days a week. If you'd like to make a donation that's tax-deductible through our fiscal sponsor, Independent Arts and Media, please go to our website, www.kidnews.org. Now, our Kid News quiz. Who won March Madness? Baylor beat Gonzaga 86-70. What new food is causing a stir at Downtown Disney in Anaheim? A deep-fried pickle corn dog served with a side of peanut butter. What did a Detroit Tigers rookie do at his first Major League at-bat? Akil Baddoo hit a home run off the very first pitch he faced. Now that the Mars helicopter Ingenuity is out on its own, how will it be powered? By soaking sunlight into its solar panels. And one for the road. Talk about an Olympic-sized comeback. 2 years ago, when 20-year-old Japanese swimmer Rikako Ike was sidelined with leukemia, she put aside her dream of competing in her home country's Olympic Games and set her sights instead on 2024. But all that changed at Japan's national championships on Sunday when she won the 100-meter butterfly and scored a spot in this summer's competition. Afterwards, she shared a personal message for those who suffer setbacks. Hard work will always be rewarded. Before we go, it's time to shout out our KidNuz teachers in their classrooms, starting with Ms. Teggy, social studies and science teacher at Pfaff Elementary in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, Mrs. Olson at Lake of the Woods in Baudette, Minnesota, Mrs. Reichert at the Banning Lewis Ranch Academy in Colorado Springs, Colorado, Mr. Roberts Superstars at Santa Lucia Elementary in King City, California, and Mr. Riss at Next Generation School in Champaign, Illinois, from your students who love your corny jokes. Thanks for listening, everyone. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.